Yes, we love elite fast pitch softball. We do enjoy very much as we are back here in Prescott. And some, starts from the last game as we get this game underway. But we will be talking to Paige Salazar, the relief pitcher who came in. And, man, you made it look too easy. And you were able to come in with the bases loaded, no pressure, and get out of it for your team. So, yes, I understand it's your job when you're a pitcher, but congratulations on that. How did that feel when you just walked in?
Thank you. It was, I don't really know. It was pretty good to come in and, hold up my team when I knew they needed me, and just to be there to pick everybody up because I know the intensity started to go down, and it just kind of brought everybody up so where we can get back into the dugout and put some runs on the board.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a game of momentum. And Emily, obviously, speaking of momentum, that moonshot that you hit, again, it wasn't wasn't a bad pitch, and just taking it to left field. So, did you realize when you hit it that it was gone?
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure it was the changeup. So, when I'm beeping with my dad and he throws really slow, I know off the bat when it's like that. So on a changeup, if I wait correctly, I know it's. Yeah.
Man, pot shot to dad there when he pitches really slow. So even if he was throwing a fastball, you might think it's a changeup anyway, is what you're saying. Wow. The momentum. Obviously, talked about that in the game. I mean, Paige, you come in, like I said, after you got out of that little jam. I mean, you did give up the dinger as well. But,
yeah.
I mean, just to recover from that, I know everything in sports, you always hear the cliche, short-term memory. You can't dwell on it for too long because you're on the mound. But, I mean, how did you obviously have faith in your offense? But, I mean, coming back after that pitch, it seemed like a good pitch. You just went down and got it.
Yeah. I just really try and focus on, moving forward instead of dwelling on the things that just happened, because dwelling on things don't really help you in the future or help your team, because that just brings us down and nobody really needs that.
Well, you are absolutely right. How was the time off, lastly, for both of you getting back into this? I mean, obviously not having school seasons, that part sucks. And then at home practicing, again, I know you're still hitting, but, I mean, no teammates, no one to throw the ball around to. No one to kind of maybe get on you, or no one for you to joke around with.
Yeah.
How has it been like coming back with this and hopefully getting to travel for the rest of the summer?
It was pretty hard to get back into things for not pitching to in live. So we really worked on it during practice, but at home, trying to work in the zone, it was a little different without umps, because you don't really have a zone to work with, so you aren't really under pressure like you are in a game, so it's very different.
And during at practice we do mini scrimmages, or we hit off live pitchers, but when you're out here you have your whole team behind you, and it's just it's a better feeling, because everybody has your back, and they give you motivation.
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, still beating somebody from your own club, like I said, exhibition or not, I guarantee there's going to be some trash talking tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Emily, Paige doesn't even hesitate. Emily's like, yeah, maybe. Paige is like, I won't even guess who the ringleader is. But again, congratulations. I know there's more to do, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
So as we'll have more coming in here as we get this game going just a few minutes early. So now we have joining us from the Day Lens team is Jessica Gang from Pinnacle High School. I've done a few of your games. The last game I did before they cut the school season, that was their game against Shadow Ridge.
Mm-hmm. That was a great game.
Yeah, well, of course you won. And Zoe Jackson joining us. Zoe, first I got to start with you. I mean, you get dinged almost in back-to-back at-bats. I learned, obviously, Brian taught me the new rules with a showcase that if you get hit, you can have a courtesy runner and hit again.
Yeah.
We almost get dinged twice. Then you end up, it looked like on that first pitch after that, you were looking to literally just crush it over the wall and get revenge. Was that your thought?
No, honestly, sometimes I'll just get into my own head to where I think that I have to swing for the moon, and that's literally what I did.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, but I do appreciate that. Most are like, no, I was trying to stay with MI. But no, just sometimes you want to swing for the moon. Jessica, obviously I was asking the other girls, I mean, the time off. I mean, you had a teeny bit of a school season, so you had practice. I mean, tryouts, a little bit of practice. 3 games? 4?
Yeah, something.
Like 3 or 4 games like that. And then all of a sudden, so practicing at home, I mean, trying to, again, stay motivated. I mean, you know, video chat all you want, but it's not the same motivation as when you're out there with your teammates. How did you deal with it?
You know, I tried my best, like, hitting off tees. I tried to get with some girls to, like, get to pitch to me, but I think the hardest thing coming back is just being able to pick up the ball from a live pitcher. And I think, honestly, we've done a pretty good job of it for, you know, coming back to a first tournament and coming out here and, you know, working really hard.
Well, and it always seems like, again, I know they always say especially in, you know, something like football, defense is always ahead of the offense to start the season just because whatever level, just to get into it. But, yeah, from your standpoint, I mean, pitchers, again, they haven't been pitching to live hitters.
Right.
But there's not been live batting practice either, so the advantage has to be there. So has that been a little bit frustrating for you, Zoe?
Definitely frustrating. At home, it's really hard to find motivation because all teenagers have been doing is sitting in bed. So
What? So you haven't been doing
not.
any homework, have you, Zoe? Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Of
I
course.
did homework.
I'm kidding. She's about to throw a softball at me. I got Brian here to protect me, though. So no, believe me. Like I said, it's tough because, you know, even, you know, I remember playing sports, like you have a half day of school, and it's like, oh, then you're going to practice. Like, yeah, you want to go to practice, but after a half day of school, you're like, okay, I got to sit around. We got to sit around for like 2 more hours and then go. So yeah, I get the motivation, but coming back, I mean, again, you've played for a long time. It's not, you know, people can say, oh, like riding a bicycle. Yes, hitting is tough. Pitchers having the advantage. How do you feel you've been able to get kind of back into your stroke at the plate?
A lot of focus at practice. I try to see my hitting coach as much as possible, even though we hit a lot at practice, because hitting to me is so fun, so it's so important to me. So I try my best to do it as much as I can.
And Jessica, from your standpoint, again, I mean, I know that you're you were looking for another state championship at Pinnacle. I know. Now, have you brought your ring out to practice? Because I talked to your teammate, Miss Thompson, and she said she brought her ring out so everybody else in the club could see. So have you brought yours out?
I haven't, but for the first few days of school, definitely wore it around.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You
for
got it.
sure.
I mean, you earned it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm an Horizon alum.
Oh.
All full disclosure. But you've had good battles with
Yeah.
him, and Coach Pena's been, you know, good to me and stuff like that. But you know, when you play her, I mean, I broadcast, I don't root, but you know. She's like, yeah, right. No, but I mean, when you look at that, I mean, not having, like you said, a school season, when you come into like now this, and again, because this is a great way for obviously college coaches to see you because recruiting was cut and being able to play this and get out there. But I mean, how impatient do you grow too?
Yeah, it's especially with like college recruiting and stuff. As it is, it's difficult to get in touch with people. But I think this is like really amazing because it really does show like it gets people being able to watch and being like East Coast school. Any schools can watch anywhere they can watch it. So that's awesome.
Well, you girls, again, I know not the result you wanted, but again, it's. And like like I said, all kidding aside, showcase or not, I know whoever wins the most is going to be trash talking the most too. So nobody ever disagrees. I love it. But hey, congrats! Obviously in the last game, and we know you got some more. So just keep hitting the balls over the fence and try not to get hit anymore.
All right.
And that was Zoe Jackson and Jessica Gang with us here as we will roll on as this game. Oh, so yeah, I saw the foul ball, and it hit the truck. So, yes, the players picking on the production crew. They must have known that David Heil was in the truck. and they were trying to ding him, as Mike Danik is shaking his head yes and putting a thumbs up, Dave, just so you know. But as we get back into it with the Delsante team taking on the Chestnut team, and that is way torched. Look at that, into the gap, in right center, rounding second, no hesitation, and it shall be a stand-up triple. And so that is, yes, Delsante at bat. And, man, that was a big just hit to the gap there. Yeah. As for Delsante, that was looked like Olivia De La Cruz, who got that stand-up triple. Got the stand-up triple there as that is number 79, Sam Hillenbrandt from Sunny Slope High School. And that's funny, Brian. I actually did the Sunny Slope Greenway game. It was the first softball game, high school game of the year I did. I actually saw Hillenbrandt at that game. And then, of course, unfortunately, like I said, 4 games in, as it had to be, but the season was shut down. So that's kind of a bummer there. But Hillenbrandt on the mound, the 2022 player, as she pitches, also plays first base. It's really interesting in softball. A lot of pitchers, if they do come out, they go over to play first base.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a height thing or what, but yeah, I mean, this kid, she's got a great athletic build, tall, lean, strong kid. So that makes sense. Big wingspan. When she's not pitching, play some first base, huh?
Yes, and for Delsante at bat now, that is number 9. And that is Brianna Larney from Desert Vista High School, as the lefty pops it up, well, into shallow left field. It'll drop between the shortstop and the left fielder, and the run will score as coming in. And, well, she had a wait there again. We saw that earlier, Brian, as De La Cruz had a wait but took the speed, slides into home for Delsante, and now they are up 2-0 here, as we'll see on the replay. And look, she just had just throwing the bat out there, trying to hit something, and she made contact and gets a base hit right there.
Yeah, I mean, good little piece of hitting and good base running right there. In that particular instance, you runner at third, no outs. Better be safe than sorry. Make sure that ball's going to get down, score on it. Even if she does make that catch, she's probably going to the ground with it, so she's going to score anyways.
Absolutely. And now that'll bring up Lita Vorseth from Dobson High School in Mesa, middle infielder, shortstop, second base, playing the hot corner too. Nobody ever wants to play the hot corner. In baseball, they say it's bad. I mean, at 90 feet, I get it. Ball gets a chance to get up some momentum. In softball, what, 67 feet for the bases, right? Am I right on that?
Yeah, 60 feet,
Oh, 60 feet for the bases.
Yep.
I thought it was 66. See, and I always said they graded it out. But, yeah, so 60 feet. But still, it gets on you pretty quick. And that's why, again, calling third base the hot corner. And I definitely don't want to be down there. I like shortstop much better, Brian. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. I mean, if you're talking to our viewership, and maybe there's some baseball fans out there watching softball for the first time, or really watching it a little closer.
Ooh, as that goes into right field, opposite field. Oh, and it's caught for the out. As that was a heck of a play there by number 22, Ari Williams. Another Pinnacle High School again. I was going to say, recognize that. See, that's the advantage of doing high school. I've been to actually some club games throughout the years. I've been invited to games and I've gone out. But yeah, it definitely makes it easier, especially when I do engage, because haven't done club sports, which to me, again, is fun because I love seeing players, like I said, in a way from different teams. Because I always said that helps in recruiting. Kind of a tangent here, but in any sport, you're going to play with somebody different. Pitchers think you got to get used to a catcher calling a different game.
Yep.
So for college recruiters, it shows versatility. You're going to be playing with somebody different anyway, most likely. Which, if there's a good pitcher-catcher combo, I think if I was a school, I'd be going after I'd be going after that just for the comfort and the familiarity.
Yep. That last play, that ball hits right field to Ari Williams, as you mentioned. Good drop step by her. Tough sun out there. You can see she had her shades down.
Yeah.
Gets back on that play. Never a doubt. You can tell she's comfortable out there in right field. So my guess is she plays a lot of right field. And, you know, it says she's listed as an outfielder, but I'm sure she plays a little bit everywhere. 4.2 SAT.
Or GPA, you mean?
I mean, GPA.
I was going to say, if she got a 4.2 on the SAT, I don't think she'd want to tell anybody.
Yeah, shh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hydrate. All right, I won't be calling you carrots and noodles anymore. You burnt me there.
You know, carrot. No, I was just trying to help you out because somebody would have been like, wait, how can you get a 4.8 on the SAT or 4.2 on the SAT? That is into center field. Oh, the diving attempt for the catch, and it hits the ground, and another run will cross the plate. As coming in there, that was Brianna Larney, who came home. And now we'll get a courtesy runner. And that was, Rana with the hit and the courtesy runner. Oh, wait.
That was Bella Williams out there in center field trying to make that play, and great effort on her part. Good read. Comes hard in to make that play, dives for it, lays out. And again, what we talked about earlier, you know, yeah, these are two teams from the same organization mixing it up in a showcase format, but you wouldn't know it based on that effort right there.
Well, Riley Nelson is up to bat now.
And Bella 4.1, and this is something that Jordan and I had these guys in the game earlier today, and you'll see as you're looking at this at both of these profiles for both of these teams, a lot of 4.0 plus GPAs, you know, upwards of, you know, some of them as high as 4.7, 4.8.
Well, I was going to say Nelson has a 4.0, Highland High Schooler, and she takes that pitch from Hildenbrandt for a ball. But Nelson, again, and you look at it, like I said, it's just, I know you said some of the teams got to play last weekend, but just kind of getting back into the groove. And early in the season or not, as Nelson draws the walk, heads down to first base, early in the travel season or not, Brian, it's one of those things where you like to see the pitchers kind of get there pretty quick, and then the hitting to definitely catch up. And so far in the last game we saw it is now Ashley Cush will come in. Perry High School player takes the first pitch there from Hildebrandt for a strike. And I like how Delsante did it. They have their years in the gray jerseys with the orange trim teal numbers, but their graduation year on the top of the back of their jersey.
Yeah.
In the 2022, 2021. I love it. Now let me ask you this. Players that, well, I'm guessing if players graduated this year in 2020, can they still play? Or do they usually still play?
No, yeah.
Okay.
So our 2020s
obviously finished up last year.
Well, no, 2020s are out here. If there are some out here,
okay,
they can be playing and they can still be auditioning for colleges. And, you know, yeah, they might be a little later in the process, but, you know, school doesn't start in the fall until the fall, so.
Absolutely. As Cush takes the pitch there, evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, just a beautiful day, and now the wind again picking back up, going from left to right. As Hildebrandt delivers the pitch, and that is popped down the right field line, and, well, nobody can get there as it will be foul. Well, Cush is I like it, old faithful, simplistic there. Her favorite food, she said Chick-fil-A. A lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is so popular these days that you call it a food. You know?
There you go.
Her favorite food, it's
Chick-fil-A. Oh, a little miscommunication there, but the out is made as coming over from
Maddie
second
Lung.
base. Yeah, Maddie Lung. Man, we talked to her before the game. She comes over, and man, her and her first base, a little smile, a little laughter. Again, those are the early season I mean, you like to see the hustle, the backing up, but again, almost a drop there.
I don't even know. You see this ball's kind of hitting no man's land. First baseman's in a tough position. Maddie's in a position of support.
Right.
So actually, looking back with a great replay again, of course, from Floodstream over here, which helps us out tremendously, but she's just there in support in case she couldn't get to it, and of course she wasn't.
No, absolutely. And again, it's about backing up the sport as Hildebrandt delivers, and that is fouled off by, actually up to the plate now, that is number 5, Natalia Delsante. Goes to Perry High School, a 4.5. Part of the STEM program, so yep.
Total slacker.
I know, I always say to coaches, I go, at some point we got all these players with high GPAs, not that you're not smart, but kind of feeling challenged a little bit as that ball's grounded foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, I look out and the future is bright. That's all I'll say. I get to watch softball this weekend and just look out on this field, and any given game, the future is bright. Our future leaders out there look fantastic.
Well, and as Hildebrandt delivers the pitch and it's swung, and it is fouled off by Delsante. One thing about a lot of the bios you sent me, just obviously playing instruments, activities in school, but different sports. I mean, a lot of soccer players, a few swimmers, a former gymnast in there. So it's just like, and they gravitated, to softball. So you're right. The athleticism, again, just in general, as that pitch is inside for a ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know a lot of these guys. I know a lot of them, but I don't know some of them, and yet I'm proud of them. You just look at them on a piece of paper. And
is that pitch by Delsante, fights it off, fouls it off down the right field line, and she's sort of guessing correctly on what Hildebrandt's going to do. She's been a little hesitant how to fight those pitches off. But yeah, these are the kind of battles I know it probably is if your team's pitching, you don't want your pitcher battling with a hitter like this, but I love the, foul ball. So that's grounded to second. Oh, nice play there for the force out.
Maddie Long again. You're going to hear her name all day long.
Well, she came up here, was talking to us earlier, but again, was backing up there, and again, Coach said, might not be the biggest in stature, but you see the talent right there. As see the replay here, and again, tagging up, able to tag up and score the run. So we'll step aside and have a little more action coming up here from beautiful Prescott, Arizona. Ken Yavapai, Community College. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful day for this showcase. And we are back to action now as, again, Delsante had a nice bottom half of the inning. We'll see what the Chestnut team can do as leading off. That is for Chestnut. Oh, number 20, sorry, Antonia Milanovic from Cactus Shadows High School, the 2022 player with a 3.5 GPA. And the lefty, and again, up in the batter's box, so she's not going to try for again, being a slap hitter. And have you seen a shift in that, Brian, though? I mean, again, I know sometimes when I watch a lot of Division I softball, I still see it, but are you starting to see, because a few games I've seen quite a few more lefties just kind of sitting in there and swinging away, not trying to maybe be slap hitters.
Yeah, it's a great observation, Michael. You know, it seems like the game, certain teams in the college ranks change things up a little bit, and it seems to be a little bit of a copycat game, right? And so what you see is you see a generation where slap hitting is a big thing, and then it goes away for a little bit. It becomes a power game, and then all of a sudden it's a speed game again. And that's what's great about this game. But I will tell you this much: in talking with college coaches, I hear the same thing on a consistent basis. That was just a beautiful pitch on the outside corner.
Yeah, I was going to say Autumn Kuntz just gunned Milinovich down right there.
Yeah, Autumn was one of our rising stars earlier for doing just that.
And I think Antonia knew it because you could just even behind the mask there, she chose not to, as she held back, and she just saw the pitch go. And that's again, I know is a batter, a frustrating feeling as Kuntz delivers a strike. Again, a 4.2 GPA. She's a National Honor Society member. Also, is her favorite fruit is quesadillas.
Can't go wrong with
those.
those.
I mean, you know, and
I'll take one of those right now.
Oh, wow. Suicide Squad, her favorite movie. Look at that. As swinging through that there.
Jordan Ayala up at the plate.
McClintock High School, the first baseman, playing both corners.
I'm going to finish that thought I had on slapping. So basically, college coaches are telling me, and I hear it repeatedly, we want hitters. We want hitters that can also possibly slap, but you got to be able to hit first.
Right, absolutely. As Ayala popped that into
not a gimmick thing.
Right field, and taking that there was May Obata for Chestnut. Obata's a Husky as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done any games there or anything. I don't keep tabs, you know, but. Man, Kuntz getting a little bit of
Hannah Hoppy here.
I was just about to say to you, I've covered some of one of Hoppy's games, and you know, obviously wanting to pronounce names right.
I hope I got it right.
Except for, you know, Brian and Brad, I don't want to pronounce those right. But yeah, Hoppy yeah,
she's a 2020 All-Academic 6A team.
Right.
2019 Most Improved for her varsity softball team, and 2019 6A All-Region Honorable Mention, 2019 District All Team. So, you know, a lot of accolades in the high school side of things. Career .318 hitter with her team. Travel ball here with Team Chestnut. And a 4.28 weighted GPA.
Yeah.
Another slacker in the classroom. There's a member of the National Honor Society.
She puts that into very shallow center. It will drop, and she'll round first base, but have to stay there. But Hoppy gets the base hit. And again, as we'll see on the replays, got to play a little bit deeper with the wind blowing out, and Hoppy again just swings through that. Got under it maybe a little bit too much, but
this is Tyler Demas coming to the plate, our catcher for this game.
Yeah, the Cactus Shadows player, 2022, 3.8 GPA for Demas, as she'll try to keep the rally going for Chestnut, although Kuntz has other ideas as Demas fouls it off.
Asked her about her favorite softball memory ahead of this, and she said, in a playoff game, I hit a 3-run home run that tied the game. Yeah, nothing like a game tie or a go-ahead home run. Said my team came back to win against our rival and sent us to the championship game that was played at ASU.
It's not a bad memory.
No.
I would choose that as probably a top one as well.
Yeah, you know,
to this point,
hitting a big 3-run home run so your team can go play on the big yard over in Tempe, Sun Devil Stadium.
Yes.
We asked, you know, describe yourself as a player. She said passionate. There's no I in team. Rub some dirt on it.
I saw that. I love that.
Yeah, so, I mean, as a player, I guess she's saying, hey, be tough as nails, go out there. I expect you to have the same amount of passion as I do, and be a team player. And so I think that's what we've got here in this kid, Tyler Demas, number 4 catcher for Chestnut.
Yeah, I thought Casey Rodriguez was pretty hilarious as when she was saying, I think it was what pushed her in to softball. Yeah, why did you choose to play softball? And Rodriguez said, I'm Dominican. It's in my blood. Like, we should all just so simple, but such a phenomenal answer.
I love it.
But, yeah, it's just as well. The inning ends there, but a 2-1 lead for Delsante. He's Brian Georges, Michael Caracino, entire Floodstream crew is, again, it's just so crazy. You drive about an hour and 20 minutes north of the valley, and it's 25 degrees cooler.
Yeah, you know, the locals say, you know, hey, when are you going to come up the hill and visit?
Exactly.
And yeah, they're not kidding. We're up here, and I got to wonder, it's probably about 70, 78 degrees now. It's got to be right around 80 or below. And just couldn't have a better day out here at Yavapai. Thanks to Rick Horman and Dale Poole and their crew over at NSA locally here. And thanks to City of Prescott. Because of you guys and because of all of our volunteers that have helped out with this, from the assistant coaches on my team and Larry Allen and Larry Koch and all of our families contributing. I could name every family in our group, and I know, well, if that's my team, it's the same with our other coaches, because there's no way they have the time to do everything that they need to do to get ready for this. Case in point, we're staring at these beautifully made binders right here that have so much information about these student athletes. And college coaches told us, we need to know something about these kids and not just a bunch of blah. Tell us about who they are. Tell us what kind of student they are. Tell us, do they love to go out and hit the gym, or we had the interview with Zoe Jackson earlier, and she said, hey, I don't mind spending some time resting, laying around in bed. Yeah. Tell us who you truly are. I mean, it's important that these coaches get to know you. And
she's got the rest and recovery down, though. That's what coaches want to see. The rest and recovery.
And I'll tell you, I've got one on my team, Alana Rogers. She is not a rest and recovery type. Alana Rogers is one of the best players in the state. She is a little firecracker at 5'1", maybe, standing on a phone book. And I'm joking, but the kid is such an athlete, and she does not rest. She does not believe in recovery. She believes in what's next. That's almost like the motto that she lives by. She's a high school wrestler and a very competitive wrestler.
That's awesome.
She's out in 105 degrees doing these full-on weightlifting sessions. It's crazy, man. So these girls are amazing.
Well, two things. It's 78 degrees right now here in Prescott. As Ariana Tamaro, grounds at the short. She almost beat it out, but gets thrown out as Tamaro hustling down to first base. I thought with the bobble she would have had it, but a little good job there, and that was by the shortstop, number 15, Susie Christich. But yeah, 78 degrees. I had to look that up for you. You see Tamaro man. That's a bang-bang play right there.
That is. Good stretch over there at first
base. If the managers
base
had challenges, I don't know. We may have gotten a challenge on that.
Yeah, maybe. We do have the headsets on up here. You guys can phone in to us if you want. I won't speak for you, but I'm a horrible umpire. I was questioning that call at second base earlier.
Oh, come on. It's easy to umpire from up high.
I know, right?
Get every call right.
From 10,000 feet away, we can get all the calls right. Seen a couple calls that I think could have gone either way today, but this crew has been fantastic, and another shout and props to NSA and the umpires that are available in this area. I don't know where they find all these good umpires, but they've been fantastic today.
As Autumn Kuntz, the pitcher up to bat.
Really like this kid. You just look at her and you know she's a gamer. She's a baller. And she was one of the.
She draws a walk. Let me ask you real quick, though, not to cut you off, but
you're okay.
For pitcher, because I know a lot of times with obviously in the school season with the designated player, the flex, the pitcher's usually a lot of times the flex player. How much of an advantage though does it give as we have a courtesy runner now coming in, and that is number 1, that's Elise Kingston. But how much does it benefit a pitcher that obviously is a good hitter to go up there and hit? Because I mean, does the umpire maybe a little bit different? Because you're like, if I gave them this strikes, they know what they've been painting the strike zone, so they know. I mean, is it almost more of an advantage for your pitcher to hit?
you know, it's if you're a pitcher that can also hit, hats off to you. And there are a lot of them out there, but you know, when you're pitching that game and you're hitting, you know, your legs. You need your legs. You need your legs so much as a pitcher. So if you're a solid hitter too, and maybe you got some speed too, and you're running those bases and tearing it up out there on offense, it's you know, it's two jobs. You're working two jobs out there.
Because I know, Brian, I was going to say, I mean, and again, the sports kind of brother sister sports, you want to say, but baseball. I mean, growing up, usually baseball players young. I mean, the dominant pitcher is usually a dude that's also still probably cranking, you know, say 12, 15 home runs, hitting for average, and is pitching dominantly. And as that's a high chopper, that'll find its way into the shallow outfield and left field. And that will be a base hit for De La Cruz. So runners on first and second now for Delsante. They're up 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. But yeah, pitchers were always, you know, I mean, we always heard, oh yeah, you know, this guy, but the best athletes on team, they just obviously had the control and were figuring, well, I'll probably make more money if I can pitch. But they were hitting, you know, they could hit dingers. They were pitching every few days, playing in the field as well too. But you always say, oh yeah, pitchers are the, you know, were the best players on their teams, at least through high school.
Yeah, you know, in the softball game, I think you see just a lot of pitchers are also hitters, primarily because, look, their careers are condensed. There are no pros. Their pros are ahead of them here in college. That's their 4-year, you know, pro career, so to speak. And so, you know, you want every rep that you can get. And you know, if you're a really successful pitcher and you like to hit, you're probably going to be a good hitter too. I mean, you just have that mental mindset. You have that discipline, and again, you know, this career it's short.
Right. As Brianna Larney up to bat now. Larney, one of the cooler mascots, I think, for a high school name. She goes to Desert Vista, but the Thunder. It's kind of, people look for cool names, but it's, you know, what's your mascot? Thunder. Kind of sounds intimidating. Maybe not, as Larney.
It might sound cool to me and you because we're old.
Oh.
We're thinking AC/DC or something like that.
Hey, well, actually, one of the girls, her favorite band was AC/DC on
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Maddie Lung on Chestnut. She was talking about some AC/DC with me earlier.
Maybe it was.
Oh,
is that drops down? So 1 run. Oh, as the throw bounces over the catcher's head. Hildebrand there to back it up, but sliding in to score. That was the pinch runner, Elise Kingston. So that'll make it 3-1 now. And wait, why is that was a time. I thought she was, I'm like, wait, there's no reason for her to be awarded third base for Larney, but.
That's a good piece of hitting. She goes with it. But, you know, was that Taylor out there and left?
Oh, just misplayed it.
Nope, that's number 1. That's Hannah Hoppy out there. And just misplays it. Looks like it heels off of her glove, kicks over her head. And there's some great speed on those base paths over there. You know, the runner who came in earlier, number 1, she came in for Autumn Coons, the pitcher. She finds a way to score right there. And looking out there, do we have De La Cruz out there at third?
Well, that brings up Vorseth, Lita Vorseth, pardon me. Dobson High School takes a ball high there.
Yep, that is De La Cruz over there at third base, and she has been a monster on the base pass today. Her speed is top end. You know, you see fast, and then you see next level, next gear kind of fast, and she looks like a track runner. If I had to guess, she's done track at some point in time because that kid's just got great form. De La Cruz, great form, and she just flies. And now she's over there at third base with less than 2 outs. I think a ball in play anywhere, she's off. There she goes.
Oh, and she is. It's popped.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Grounded. Yep.
Great piece of hitting.
Yeah, De La Cruz again. Desert Ridge High School. Makes it 3-1. Oh, that was Forseth.
Thank you. Yeah, good piece of hitting by Lita Forseth right there. Just getting the ground ball over to second base, understanding that she's got De La Cruz at third. So with that speed over there, she just goes, hey, all I got to do is go with the pitch, drive it over second base over there, and even with a good player like Maddie Lung over there, Maddie knows I'm not getting De La Cruz on that ball. She was off on contact.
So Hildebrandt now delivers, and ooh, that'll catch the outside corner for a strike. To Grace Rana, Queen Creek High School, 3.6 weighted GPA, as that's grounded into left field. Another run scores, and that'll make it 4-1 as Larney comes home to score. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner. So Brianna Larney is going to come out and run. See, replay there, hit. Oh, and then the first pitch taken there, ripped into left field. Oh, it's going to get by the left fielder and go all the way back to the wall as Riley Nelson with a stand-up double, and that will bring in.
That was Hoppy out there again in left field, and just has a hard time handling that. But I'm not harping on her. What I'm pointing out is what her center fielder does right after that play. Hoppy has a hard time with it. Some runs are going to score on her watch. Her center fielder comes over, gives her 5, gives her some words of encouragement. That's all you can ask for out there.
So 4-1 the score is now. That will bring up Ashley Cush. As that's grounded. Oh, nice play by Long, going to her left. Oh, throws over to first. A short hop goes to the fence, and another run will come in and score, making it 5-1 as Riley Nelson crosses the plate.
Would love to see that pick right there. It's not an easy play, but when Maddie Lung makes such a great effort on that one.
And just, again, tough throw, goes over to the fence of the dugout, but just for her to get there, that's a heck of a play. As now Natalia Delsante, whose favorite food is soup. Tough time, summertime, for me to enjoy soup in Arizona, but
that's maybe gazpacho. I don't know.
Yeah, some people do, but yeah, soup. Well, she has her volunteer work. She does live scoring ice hockey games.
Yeah.
See, look at that. I like, Oh, as well. Delsante grounds it to short, over to Lung, and that's the force out, but not before the damage is done. Actually, 5-1. Delsante leading. As well, we'll head to the top of the third here from Prescott, Arizona. Again, sun setting, absolutely beautiful, but we'll have more action coming up.
Yeah, you want to come and see me again, don't you, huh? Yeah, you want to come and see me. No, he's lost all attention to me. Now, what kind of breed is this?
He's a Frenchie, right? Straight Frenchie?
My son has a Australian Shepherd that's sweet like this too. And it's all into play. It's 3 years old now, and that's all it wants to do is chase the ball.
Yep.
That's all it wants to do.
Nothing wrong with that. Mom, do you have any water? Hi, buddy.
Kylie, new picture.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, here we go.
as we see the beautiful green here up in Prescott Yavapai Community College. I went to a basketball camp there years ago, Brian. Not that you care to know, but I will share. But man, it was so fun. I mean, it was the first time so I got to stay in a dorm. But man, again, just the green and the sun going down. The 78 degrees right now. So
this is Ari Williams here.
Yeah,
plate number 22
pops it up to second base as. So now as Chestnut batting, and that's a grounded too short there. Oh, and she's safe.
That ball was deep in the hole. I don't know if it took too high of a hop to come to it, but once she had to play that deep in the hole like that, she probably wasn't going to get her. But what a strong arm over there.
Yeah, Bella Williams, again, hustling down, and let's see, how close is it? Oh, yeah, she beat it out.
Yeah, Michael, I don't know if you have who that is over there at shortstop for us. You got the book on Delsante, but that was a very strong arm on her. We got Maddie Lung now at the plate here. We saw last inning that great diving play over at second base. She just, she had to rush the throw and it was in the dirt. But she has just been grit all day long.
Oh, and look at that. Picked off at first.
Doubled up.
Wow, the double play. Getting some runners there, but that'll put Delsante up at bat pretty quick, to say the least, as Chestnut team, oh man, force there. As she makes the catch, what a beautiful play there. And that was number 16, Riley Nelson, for Delsante that made the play. And jumps back to first. He's Brian Georges, Michael Karasmith. So wait, the team that you were, your team that scored 13 runs last game and won. So what team are you coaching?
Well, yeah, obviously I'm not coaching.
Right, but what team do you normally coach?
Our team is called the Arizona Hotshots Gold Georges team.
Gotcha.
I think they finished with 17 runs.
Wow.
When all was said and done. So let's hope they keep that going. Let's hope they get back to, I'm sure they're already back at the hotel right now. Probably some of them tuned in. They love the game of softball. And just, if they're listening, great job, ladies. We're super proud of the way you played today. And great job by your coaches and wonderful support from your families. But man, they came out swinging it today. And I don't know how many home runs they hit in this third game. I got to go back and tally, but I think that's the most home runs we've ever had in a single day of competition.
Nice.
And I think every single one of them was a no-doubter. I heard Lauren Warning put one up on the tennis courts over there, which probably hard to get an angle of that from here, but yeah, it's
well,
it's
nonetheless, it's a shot. Well, now we have on the mound Taylor Thompson, Pinnacle High School, 3.75 GPA for. Also be going into her senior year as Thompson heads to the mound as Jordan Ayala, her first baseman, in the circle with her. But man, Delsante coming back up to hit.
For our listeners at home, if you'd like to support what we've got going on this weekend, we have a 50-50 raffle going. Feel free to just make a donation to $1 for a ticket, $5 for 7, $10 for an arm's length, and $20 for a 6-foot length. Yeah, we'll take all donations, and feel free to make a random donation too, and that's via Venmo at Brian, BRIAN, -Georges.com. That's BRIAN-GEORGES if you want to join our raffle. We are having a ton of fun with that today. A lot of participation, so thank you to all our viewers. And then if you just want to make a general donation to what we've got going on, or if you feel like advertising with us here, we are getting tremendous viewership. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that there's just no live sports anywhere. And these girls are phenomenal. And of course, the crew here is putting on a great production. So, we've seen exponential growth. I don't have the numbers yet, but, Mark, our web admin and the guy that built the AZ Hotshots VR site for this, he said our numbers are they're going through the roof. And I'm excited. So if you want to advertise, especially if you're, looking for a tax write-off, our Hotshots organization is a 501c3, so you get the tax benefit there too. And then, of course, we do an okay job talking about our sponsors up here.
They should all be up here enjoying the 78-degree weather. As Ariana Tamaro going to see if she can get on the basis time.
Come up and join us up here in Prescott.
Oh, and she will get on base as Tamaro draws the walk. Actually, through a lot of this, got to keep up with Ariana's adventures. Her dad, obviously, the sports information director.
Oh, so you know him too?
Doug? Oh, yeah. He helps me out a lot with my shows that I've done and stuff, and getting credentialed interviews, everything. So, yeah, Doug, very busy person, although normally. Now it's been the last few months, obviously, a little different. But, yes, every weekend I know he could be. He was out here at Ariana's games, and through Twitter I would see a lot of updates about how they did. Because that's beautiful bunt there. And that was by Cush, I want to say, number 12. Was that bat?
Yeah, that's Kylie Lemon coming in to make that play right there. A fantastic play.
Oh, and look at that. Tamaro second and goes all the way to third, slides in. You can see the wind gust up there and send the dirt around the infield. That's been a theme of this today as the wind keeps shifting. Now it's going from left to right. And
well, you were talking about organized chaos in our last segment. I don't call that organized chaos at all. That was a cluster right there. I don't know what happened here. Kylie comes in. She makes this play. Beautiful play. Off-foot throw. I don't know if we got a left fielder that's not making a rotation over there. We got some people watching. Yeah, from left field. Bella's just a little late getting there.
Tamaro goes to third. That's driven into right field in the sun.
That De La Cruz, we're going to watch her run. I love watching this kid run. Come on, send her, coach, send her.
Tamaro scores, and De La Cruz will slide into third with a triple as Ariana Tamaro comes around to score. And, man, that's maybe not the biggest in stature for her, but she just crushed that ball to right center field. And again, yeah, like you said, De La
beautiful
Cruz,
swing.
Yeah.
Just so quiet, hands high. Just lets the bat do the work. Lets gravity do the work.
I mean, just
all the way to the power
let the bat
alley.
do the work. And but if she maybe could have stepped into a teeny bit more, would have had a 2-run digger. But she has the triple with the RBI there, putting her team up.
I've had some youngsters like her, and you give her just 6 to 12 more months, and so I'm sure she'll put on 5 to 7 pounds of muscle. And balls like that will be going, 80, 100 feet over the fence. And you know what? I was kind of hoping it didn't leave the yard because I wanted to watch this kid run. I'll tell you, if Coach wasn't waving her in, I was yelling. I was sending her.
Yeah, that may have. I mean, she is fast, but that throw was there before she got into third. But that'll bring up Brianna Larney. But yes, Delsante leading 8-1 now.
Now, De La Cruz's legs might be a little tired. She's been rounding the bases all day long. That was at least the third triple that I've seen her hit on the day.
Larney's favorite athlete, Russell Westbrook, and Sydney Romero.
All right. And of course, we got Taylor Thompson, TT here in the circle.
Yeah, she can.
She was masterful in her first outing outside of a couple missed pitches that, fortunately, her opponents took advantage of them.
3.61 GPA.
You're talking about our hitter right here?
No, for Thompson.
What is it?
Pitcher, 3.61.
3.61.
She also, for Thompson, this one got me. Her favorite food is Taco Bell. So we have Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell.
Yeah, those are foods.
Those are foods. I mean, they serve food there, so
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's.
Well, also, I mean, we asked her who her favorite player was, and please,
For
viewers
Taylor
at home-
Thompson?
yeah, and
She said Taylor. Oh, herself. I'm like Taylor Jean Thompson. I'm like, wait, that's her.
If you
That's
know,
awesome.
if you know Taylor, that's
Awesome.
a deadpan
Oh,
comment.
man.
She's not in love with herself. She just wanted to get a crack or a rise out of anybody that read that. And-
Right. It got me going there.
Oh yeah, when I saw her profile sheet, you know, she said, "Hey, take a look at my profile sheet."
I wish I could have asked her that. I would have been like, so who's your favorite athlete again? Oh. So, well, Larney on first now. As
We've got a first and third situation here with one out. So what are we gonna see?
Lita Vorset squares up to bunt, and of course the stolen base.
Just concede the bag over there. I
Because
want
the
to see
runner
at
on
least an
third.
effort, at least some kind of play on right there. But
Or just fire it back to the pitcher quick so the runner from third takes off. That good old trick. But
yeah, you know, I mean, there's a number of things you can do. The problem is these girls probably have not been on the dirt a whole lot. I know for a fact that Chestnut's team was working indoors at the Cages. Those guys run a phenomenal indoor facility over there, the Cages. It's the Cages. I know I'm talking about the Cages, right? No, it's the Cages. And in fact, they put us in touch with Mike, the owner over there, and got us some hours over there so we could start our season because we couldn't get out onto a lot of the public fields.
Of course, yeah.
City of Phoenix, Peoria, Glendale, they're not allowing.
Oh, look at that strike three pitch by Thompson. Low and inside at the knees as Vorseth goes down. She's talking to her teammate now, pardon me, who's stepping up to bat, Grace Rana. But man, that was just a nasty pitch right there.
Yeah, it's a nasty pitch, and then good effort by the catcher to get some love for her pitcher and frame it. I think they stole a strike there. But
what? Catchers don't do that. They just leave their glove where it stands.
Listen, it's a great pitch. It's
Oh,
great catching. I'm not saying it was a ball.
Oh, no, absolutely.
But they might have. They might have gotten one. Look at De La Cruz go.
And Thompson.
Speed kills, and that kid is lightning
that
fast.
pitch.
You just look at her. She is all athlete over there.
Now that rose up on Demas there, the catcher. As we see off the top of the glove, and the run crosses the plate. And now that makes it 9-1 in favor of Delsante.
Yeah, I like both of these young teams right here. You know, we might be seeing a tired Chestnut side over here because I'll tell you what, this is a good team. These guys have competed against some of the best teams in the country. You know, I keep in constant contact with Coach Chestnut. He's one of the big supporters and promoters of what we've got going on up here in the Northern Arizona League. And as are all of our 16U and 18U Hotshots coaches. And I'm sure the coaches at the lower levels are too. And I say lower levels, just younger age groups. I shouldn't say lower levels. There's some phenomenal 14U, 12U, and 10U teams.
As Rana pops that up to first for the out. I was going to say real quick, Brian, an interesting fact. I'd like Rana's interesting fact. Remember that theme on Sesame Street? The theme on Sesame Street that has the kids with the four squares. It says
One of these kids
are doing the
not
same,
like
one
the
doesn't
other?
belong.
Yeah.
Rana says, interesting fact about myself, I'm the only one in my immediate family who isn't a lefty. But she popped out there, but still a 9-1 lead now for Delsante as, again, their offense is clicking, and again, they are in control of this game. We'll have more action, though, coming up here from Prescott. Up in Northern Arizona. Come back with us. Delsante up over Chestnut 9-1. Chestnut at bat trying to get something going here. As for Delsante, it is number 12 on the mound. As that's popped up, that's Autumn Cush. Oh, into left center, and it drops. So that was Rodriguez with the base hit again. Baseball or softball, because she's Dominican. It's in her blood for the lefty. So a college coach, if you ask the question, I mean, you should know the simple answer for hers. Look at that, goes into the wind. Helped that, carried that away from the from Tamara a little bit there.
It's a very nice swing.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty swing to watch. I could watch that over and over and over again.
So correction, that's Allison Wyatt on the mound. She is wearing number 12, but she's listed as number 27. So Allison, my apologies. She was also hitting
righty.
too. So yeah, she's a very hard-throwing right-handed pitcher, and she's I gotta say she's probably close to like 6'1" as well, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Strong kid, lean build. Should easily put on a healthy 10, 15, 20 pounds and just, pick up speed just through strength. And, of course, I mean, the best way to pick up speed is good sound mechanics.
And that's Susie Kristich that's at bat. 3-1 count is she'll step out of the batter's box again. Her team's trailing, though, 9-1. I know you said nothing's insurmountable, but they got to get some momentum going, and I would say quickly here.
I agree. I mean, something has to happen right here, right now. I don't know what we just saw other than a walk. I don't know if that was ball 4 and somebody missed the count, but we've got a runner on one now.
Because the umpire said 3-1. I saw him put it up, but Kristich gets the walk. So, well, a little momentum. She's on first base.
Oh, now you got first and second, no outs.
And, first pitch right there.
And that's Lemon right there.
Lemon lines it into left field.
We're going to see 2 runs scored.
And like Brian said, 2-run score, so that'll make it 9-3 on the stand-up double right there.
Lemon looks a little dinged up over there at second base. I hope she's okay.
I don't know if, looks like she's trying to stretch out. Coach is calling for
She just tanked that ball into the gap, and it's like she heard us saying, hey, no lead is insurmountable, but they got to get something going. And, in the words of Michael over here, and wouldn't you know it?
Hey, you said it. I'm just repeating from earlier, because you get down 9-1, especially in a sport like this. Again, I know it's, things become cliche, Brian, because they're true. And the whole thing about, short-term memory, especially talking to pitchers. You give up a home run, how are you coming back the next batter? Because if you sit there and dwell, all of a sudden giving up 1 run can lead to giving up 5.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but at the same time, you can get momentum to swing. It is nice when you give yourself an 8-run cushion, being 9-3 now, as Antonia Milanovic will step into the batter's box. Oh, beautiful bunt there down the third base line. Runners goes over to third. Milanovic, is thrown out, almost beats it out, but gets the runner down to third. So that is the first out of this inning.
That is a heck of a play over there by the second baseman. It looks so routine. But you watch her make the rotation right here, and the sun is right in her eyes. Look at the sun in her eyes. You see her kind of.
Oh, she caught. She looked at the ball, but
look at her! Look at her grab it. Like, my eyes are burning. But what a great job of hanging in there to get the play. That's a courageous play over there, and we talked about it earlier. We talked about these are showcase games. Now these kids, they all want to beat each other.
That was Elise Kingston, and showing why she can play second base right there as that gets lined into right center field.
We're going to see another run come in right here, and so we got a bit of a ball game now. We've got a 9-4 game here, and there's just one out in the 4th inning. And, we talked about it. They got to do something, and they got to do something now. And, the best thing you can do is cut that lead in half.
So with 2 outs now, Jordan Ayala, as we'll see here, she was running. She thought she may have got a hold of it, but had to go down low to get that solid play.
Tatum Chestnut coming up here. She's soon to be Prescott's own. She's going to be attending Embry-Riddle. She's had a heck of a day right there as she just gets killed on that inside curveball. And, she's thinking about it right now, and she's such a smart kid. She's going to make an adjustment right here. Wyant just pouring that curve in on her, and then she goes to the off-speed pitch here. So keeping her honest up there at the plate. Tatum's got her work cut out for her, but if there's anybody that's up to the task, it's this kid right here. You just look at her and you go, this kid balls.
Yeah, so Wayne delivers there. It's a ball, but yeah, Chestnut, again, going to the Aeronautical University. I love it.
I couldn't be more happy for her and her family. And there's Dad down at third base, Coach Chestnut, and Andy Lemon. And, I met those guys out when our little kids were playing AGS softball. That's Arizona Girls Softball. And I think they were all playing like 8 and under or 10 or under or something like that. And I don't think any of us knew that we'd be coaching,
And now look at that. You guys having a little fun with it, and then became pretty knowledgeable and are doing a great job. So she got a 4.0 GPA, so no surprise she's headed to Embry-Riddle. I know. We're spitting out GPAs because not even just because it's a showcase, but to be impressive. The word student athlete does ring a bell here.
No, it sounds so cliche as we keep saying 4.0, 4.5, student athlete, blah, blah, blah. It's not blah, blah, blah. These women are amazing, and they're such a great example for the young kids coming in behind them. I mean, some of these things, we talk about the goofy things. What's their favorite food? Chick-fil-A. What is it about these girls that makes them unique and different? But when we talk about the bigger matters, how hard they work for their team between the lines, how hard they work in the classroom, and what they do socially. I mean, what they do outside of the classroom. These girls have, these young ladies, they have such a profound impact on the younger ones that are coming in behind them, and that's our future generation out there, influencing a future generation.
And Chestnut battling here. I like this. Her favorite movie. So she didn't go with one. She just said any Marvel movie. Well, to third base, and it's twisting away. And she just couldn't make the play, so Chestnut will be on. But her favorite food, in all caps, Brian. Girl after my heritage's heart, pasta, in all caps.
Yeah, she can eat that now. She's not old like us. Later on, she's going to have to switch it up. But for now, these young ladies, they can eat pasta 10 meals a day. They're not going to gain any weight. They're out there working so hard.
Well, I do like with Chestnut, she says she has a sad obsession with shoes that she'll never be able to afford. I don't like that attitude. I mean, a competitor and athlete never be able to afford? I mean, come on.
Well, we don't know what kind of shoes she's talking about.
Yeah, with women's shoes, touche.
No, not even women. My daughter was telling me about some Nike sneakers that were $125,000 the other day. I didn't know they made those.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, got me on that one. She said she owns a hedgehog. How many people, except to have played the video game, have a hedgehog?
Interesting.
And unfortunately, she said, but again, overcoming, she has an autoimmune disorder called vitiglio.
I did not know that.
Vitilligo, vitiglio, I'm guessing. But yeah, and again, just working it out here on the. I do like her favorite vacation destination. She said so far, Cancun. I like the so far part. Add the caveat.
So far, that just means she's got a lot more plans ahead of her here.
Swain delivers the pitch there, and that's to Demas.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, having covered junior colleges, Bada go to MCC, and I know there's one or two players I saw that signed with Paradise Valley Community College. Again, I mean, at the junior college level, people, and again, different sports with people used to have the kind of the aura of, oh, this person just got bad grades. They didn't want to put it in the classroom. No, some don't get maybe the offers that they feel that they deserve, and, they can go the junior college route and after a year because they're all qualifiers, as we know, as that's grounded too short in the hole, fired across to first base, and Demas will be thrown out. That'll end the inning. But look, they get 3 runs.
Yep.
9-4 as we're going to now head to the bottom of the 4th. But, again, I mean, they're still down by 5. Again, an 8-run cushion is always good. But, man, again.
Kylie Lemon's shot to the gap. Coach just pointing to second base.
Coming around to score there. Coach is waving both of his players home. As what a play there. Again, like you said, the outfield, again, I never understood, especially in softball, because even like in baseball, you see the infielders do it. And again, I mean, it's easy comparison, but just, again, a lot of the players not wearing sunglasses, especially on the right side of the infield, which most of the times, whatever stadiums you're playing in, on the right side of the infield, the sun's going to be blasting you last.
Yeah. Yeah, look at there. There's a good picture of the sun right there. That's what they're dealing with right there, and that's no joke. My eyes are burning just from looking at a computer screen. So imagine that 100 to 1,000 times brighter.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, what a gorgeous day out here. And so I got the text. I was talking about home runs by our crew earlier, and you know, I knew it was a pretty big number. They hit 13 home runs on the day through 3 games, and man, hats off to those ladies. And look, I'm not one. I'm not all about home runs. I love my singles, my doubles, sacrifice flies, situational hitting. But you know, when you have a day like that, you got to celebrate it. And so, for all of our teammates, just feel good about the fact that your team came out ready to play some ball this weekend. So we're really looking forward to tomorrow. And I am just enjoying this 5th game today right here with you, Michael.
As Riley Nelson will lead off, facing Thompson, and the off-speed pitch there by Thompson just misses for a ball. As the sun's starting to go down, breeze picking up, nice and cool. And I will say to the viewers too, I am not going to say at night it's cold, because people that are watching in different parts of the country that actually know what cold weather is really don't like to hear anyone living in any part of Arizona to say it's cold. Now, granted, it does get colder up here in the winter with snow, Flagstaff as well. We see it, but yeah, if you've ever dealt with a nor'easterly storm back east and have been stuck in the snow. So I will not say it's cold even for our next game that's coming up after this, scheduled to start at 8:15.
Yeah, that's correct. I'll tell you, my kids know me as kind of crazy about cold weather. I'm from New Hampshire, and I can't get enough of the cold. And so, yeah, it's not going to be cold tonight. It is going to be just
yeah, I think the low is supposed to be like 55. So, yeah, that's just awesome.
That is awesome.
Nelson drew the walk. I got to say, this is a pretty her favorite movie is Hairspray. That's an oldie but a goodie there. Look at that. What's funny, it's a generational thing, as Jaden Warren now comes up to bat for Delsante with Nelson on first base.
Seen Jaden do a little bit of everything today, including pitch. She's a pretty good pitcher.
Campo Verde High School, the 2021 grad, so she'll be going into her senior season. Pitcher and shortstop. Favorite athlete. This is a good one. This is an eye catcher. Favorite athlete. She said, my teammates.
Yeah.
Good Al.
Oh, no better answer than that.
Oh, that's a great favorite quote. I don't know who said that. I think somebody said, today you have 100% of your life left.
Yeah, I did read
That's
that earlier today,
quote.
and I repeated it. I'm not even sure who said it, but what a great quote. You got it there?
Oh, and look at that. Favorite movie is Utopia.
So who said today you have 100%?
That was Warden, Jaden Warren.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, Campo Verde High School. I like that. ACT, SAT, postponed until the fall of 2020. Yes, Jaden, unfortunately it had to be. It's great. Again, you see live action. No, like the PGA got going back this weekend. UFC, as that pitch by Thompson, again, getting by Demas. And that's one thing, again, being out. And again, I'm not blaming Thompson or Demas. It wasn't a miscommunication, but it's just those pitches that when a pitcher and catcher get into a groove, especially in softball, you see it early on in the season with the cobwebs. Yeah, it might be a pass ball, but normally those are just gobbled up by the catcher.
Yeah, I almost got to wonder if this is more of a later in the day type of thing where, you know, maybe your pitcher's a little tired and your catcher's a little tired. All that squatting back there, 3 hour and 45-minute games, and this is the end of that 3rd game. I believe this is their 3rd game. So you got a couple things going on there. Taylor's missing a little more than usual. I'm not suggesting that, you know, she can't pitch multiple games or pitch back-to-back, but she's just a little bit off right now. And Tyler, you can see her really working to try to get those frames, and sometimes just trying a little too hard to steal a strike.
Kingston just crushes that in to the gap in left center field. Another run will come in, making it 10-4 as crossing the plate there. That was number 16, Riley Nelson.
Yep.
And
so
they give up a few, but they get a run back. So now they're back up by 6, making it 10-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. Thompson trying to see what she can do. Is that Ariana Tamaro? I like that because Tamaro, of course, I thought we wouldn't see 80, but I mean she's got it right there, number 99. And again, it's that the Michael Jordan quote is her favorite quote. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Very true. We were talking about this last week. My team had their bat on their shoulders,
right?
And you know, look, can't hit the ball if you don't swing the bat.
Yeah.
And, you know,
you could easily change that. You miss 100% of the pitches that you do not swing at.
Yep.
Yeah, one time I was doing a game a while back. Actually, it was a baseball game, Brian, and pitcher literally hit the same spot twice in a row. The batter before, the second time did to the next batter, and the second batter literally 2 swings. I go, well, I guess it was. I said in my line, I go, I guess it was a Kodak moment, and I didn't say it extra loud, but there are some people they turn around and the guy's like, that's a good one. Are they paying you to say that? I'm like, no, absolutely not. But I go, when I know it just frustrates hitters even more when they get crossed up as Tamaro fouls that to the backstop. But when you get crossed up and, again, you're expecting one pitch. Again, I mean, you still watch film. I mean, I know there's scouting reports. You can go, obviously, with everybody filming everything today, you can go back, see what a pitcher likes to throw certain counts and have an idea as Thompson gets set to deliver to Tamaro with the.
You see her shake it right there.
Base.
So she knows what she wants to throw right here, to your point.
And now we get a timeout.
Pitcher catcher on a different page right here, and that could be a lot of things. Just comfort with the pitch in this particular position, or you maybe tired with the little pitch.
Right, and you would know better than I would. A lot of times as Tamaro, look, just reaches out, and, well, it goes to short, going by third, but Tamaro gets the infield hit, and
that's a heck of a pitch by Taylor Thompson right there. A lot of spin on that. You know, I think she's got her beaten, inducing the soft ground ball. But what Tamaro does so good is she just stays with that pitch, puts it in play, uses that speed down the line. So gotta tip your cap to the hitter right there.
So now runners on first and second as Wayant comes to bat. And
we get a live ball.
Yep. Allison Wayant, again, Hamilton High School, 4-point. Well, she had a round out here as, well, now we got a run down and back to first, and she'll get in. Does Tamaro. Hey, guys, it's not Ashley Cush. They changed the number. Number 12 is Allison Wayant. It's ALLISON WEYANT. As Wayant again into center field. Oh, and getting twisted around there and had to wait. And we'll see if one run comes in. Is Tamaro going to follow? No, Tamaro's going to stay at third as Kingston came in. It looks like Tamaro got a better read on that than you were talking about reads, Brian, and just I picked up from you saying that as Wayant gets the double. But Tamaro looks like read that better because she just took off and maybe could have scored had Kingston done the same. Because looks, Kingston goes back. Tamaro's about almost 3/4 of the way to second base.
Yeah, that ball was it was torched at Tatum Chestnut out there in center field. She gets turned around. There's a stiff breeze out there, and that ball's hit hard. Takes a good hard drop step to begin, then tries to recover on it. But, you know, unfortunately, that ball, it just beats her out there in center field. And I don't put that on her. That's a hard hit ball.
Absolutely.
To the deepest part of the park. So a good piece of hitting right there. And Delsante just comes roaring right back, gets those runs right back, and looking to add some too.
And now we have a new pitcher. It's number 7, Macy Monsibaez, who fastball, changeup, drop, off speed, curve, off speed, and what is a backdoor screwball or a backdoor? Is it like screw drop ball? What is it?
Backdoor pitch. You're starting it, you know, literally at the hip of the hitter, and it's running from the inside to a little inside. So in other words, if you're a right-handed pitcher throwing a right-handed batter and you're throwing a backdoor curve, you're throwing it like right at their hip, and then it's going to break late and kind of bust you inside.
I gotcha. Again, seemingly so much harder to throw with the softball than throw with a baseball. It's
well, and you know, in Matsubaya's, this is a kid I got to watch play when she was over on the Davis Downs Gold team. She since came over to this team to play with her future Embry-Riddle teammate, Tatum Chestnut. So her and Tatum will both be going to Embry-Riddle.
Yep.
Matsubaya, she has a great repertoire of pitches. I really enjoyed having her work out in some of my camps and just watching her throw the ball. Big smile on her face out there, a ton of spin. Really a fun pitcher to watch. And, you know, as a hitter, not so fun to face.
right. Yeah, she delivers a ball there. When I was going through her stuff, I did love her quote. If you want to succeed in life, you must learn how to control your weakness, but it's anonymous. So whoever said that never wanted to take credit, but
yeah, well,
solid quote.
I'll tell you, De La Cruz here, 3 for 3 on this game, 2 ducks on the pond. She's already got my MVP vote, but you know, I've already expressed my infatuation with this kid and her wheels out on the base paths.
She's there, but there's quite a few others I think that have put their name in the hat too.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, when you put up 11 runs, it's not one player that's doing it, but I mean, watch this swing.
And that goes straight into center field. This time it's red, and Tamara will tag up from third and score. Oh, and trying to tag up from second and go to third, but she gets thrown out. But the run
does count.
Run does count. So it'll be 12-4, and we'll be heading to the top of the 5th as Tamara again with the speed able to get home before the out was made. So Tamara gets in as awesome play there again. Seen a lot of offense. Brian talked about it. Hey, don't go too far. Slip aside real quick, and we'll have more offense for you in the next half inning. And, well, we are back as that pitch right there from Allison Wayant was taken right back up the middle for a base hit as Delsante we see up 12-4 along with Brian Georges and Michael Caratanito, and batting now, that'll be number 18, Bella Williams, yes. And another Pinnacle High School player that I've seen a few times. But
who do we got over there at first base? I mean, that was a well hit ball right back up the middle, lead off the inning.
And Williams, look at that first pitch into center field, in left center.
What a
trying to make a play there,
effort.
but just couldn't get there. And it's going to be a stand-up
getting waved all the way. We're going to have a play here at home.
At the plate, gets thrown down the first base side, and that was actually number 1. That was Hannah Hoppy that had
we
the
got
base
a run
hit.
down here now.
Little pickle.
Got her.
And Bella Williams.
Whoa!
We're going to say she got the bag before the tag hit her. Well, I'll be interested to see that again because, look at this. Again, Williams with the hit. Look at that, just stroking it.
Williams
into
smoked him. Was that
left
Hoppy
center
that
field.
scored?
No, yeah, that was Tamro. Almost had the play. Yeah,
So
Hoppy.
Hoppy led off
came
the
around
inning
and
with that
scored.
line drive. Yeah.
And then Bella Williams thinks that she can get in, and then all of a sudden has to be like, no, not a good idea. And then she's like, okay, come on, throw it. And she does. Oh, she did get in. That throw was a little bit too high. And the other number 12, they have two number 12s on the field, but the real number 12, the original number 12, Cush, actually is at third base, and we saw the rundown there. But yeah, it's and so now.
Well, that was one piece of the conversation when we were discussing this league, is how many umpires to have out there. And normal showcase format, you're going to have 2.
Right.
We thought,
I think it's much better to have 3. Again, I know.
No,
there's crossroads, but there's issues there. So 12-4 the score.
yeah, there's an added
12-5 the score.
added expense, but you're not getting cheated. And so that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the umpires all in the right place. And, these guys, I don't know how much reps they've had either.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, because we're talking about players and pitchers and hitters. But, yeah, same thing with the umpires, as Maddie Lung in the box. But, yeah, now they're trailing 12-5. So Chestnut has 5 after scoring that run. But, again, not really wanting to trade runs here.
Yeah, no. I got a feeling you can almost count this run across with the way Maddie's been playing today. Smart kid. I just think this is an automatic, and nothing against Allison Wayne. I mean, she's an excellent pitcher, but this kid just has a great approach up there.
As that's fouled down there, and Allison Wayne, the pitcher, again, her, and like I said, about 6'1", 6'2" out there. Obviously, a intimidating figure on the pit, but her favorite athlete is Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Not intimidating to I don't even want to say little Maddie. I want to say,
Long,
well, you know what?
fouls that off, and it's strike 3.
Allison hears me from here, and she says, hey, pipe down up there, old man. I got this. And heard loud and clear. Way to go and get the strikeout, get up in the zone, just gets it up under those hands. Coach Delsante going over with some words of encouragement.
Well, yeah, and Went also, her interesting fact for recruiters to know that she's double jointed in her left arm. Just in case that's a physical trait that works for colleges. But hey.
Well, and so what about the right arm?
Oh, I guess not. But oh, look at this. All favorite fruit, strawberries. I did pass a place that has some of my favorite strawberry shakes, so I might have to get one when I'm done. Not that I need to, as that's fouled off there. And up to bat, that is number 13, Casey Rodriguez.
Well, Casey's had a great day today. She's got a beautiful swing, and this is the one that, she said, I love playing softball, or it's in my blood.
Yeah, I'm Dominican. It's in my blood.
Well, kudos to Allison right here. You got a runner at third, no outs, and she gets a tough hitter in Maddie Lung, and then comes right back to get another tough hitter in Casey Rodriguez to induce the pop-up, infield pop-up. Now with 2 open bags, this is where I want to see. You've done all that work. Now finish the job right here. Get your team back into the dugout and get them up to hit.
Oh, and I was swinging through that. First pitch there.
Yeah, seeing that first pitch. Look at that big smile out there.
Susie Kristich. I do like Rodriguez's quote. We have to keep
Susie
moving forward.
focused up there.
Walt Disney is. Oh, that's fouled. But yeah, Casey Rodriguez again. We have to keep moving forward. Walt Disney.
Love it. This Rodriguez kid is a character, man.
Yeah, but I mean, between her and Thompson, with it's in my blood, and I'm my favorite athlete. I think more athletes want to say that. They're just too scared to, and I applaud Thompson for that. Because she's not saying she doesn't respect anybody else's game. As Wayne delivers, and that'll be strike 3 to end the top half of the inning. As the field lights came on, you can see the sun. More so, just a few little. Streaks and shadows in the right field.
Happy for Allison right there. One outing I saw her earlier today, she got touched up for a few bombs. And, you know, I mean, just you look at her stature, you look at her mechanics. She's throwing easily 59 to 61. So
Hello.
great to see her come
How
back
you ladies
right there
today?
and strand that
Oh,
runner.
it's awesome.
Show
Awesome.
some maturity. Future's bright for that young lady.
Absolutely, as
I think we're
defense
staying here, so we might as
comes
well.
back out on the field as
Yeah, Montsabaez getting some reps in here. So, yeah, for our listeners at home, the Northern Arizona League, this was all formed on the fly. The whole thing done by all these unpaid volunteers out here, and really it's the parents, the households getting behind it, saying, hey, yeah, this is really expensive, but well worth it. And, you know, a big part of that, we had this discussion internally. Does it make sense to put all this money into a broadcast here? And it's not just to get college exposure, but also to give the girls an opportunity to get out there. Their high school seasons got cut short. A lot of these 2020s, no prom, no graduation. And, you know, and they are reveling in the opportunity to be on I consider this a big stage. We're at Yavapai, we're playing on their college field, and they're having a blast out there. Smiles all around. And you know what? Like I said, this thing was formed on the fly, but it was a lot of buy-in and a lot of support from obviously all these teams and all their households. And the thing that the big talking point was, well, how much were we gonna spend if we were traveling in June and July? And so this is an interesting fact for those of you that aren't all that tied into travel sports or don't realize how committed these folks are. These aren't just the privileged out here or the super wealthy out here. These are people that are working, some of them multiple jobs, doing whatever it takes to make sure that their kids have this opportunity out here. And look, as the ball gets thrown around.
yeah, Larney, I was going to say, line that. That was Brianna Larney that was at bat, just lined it down to third. And it was scooped up, but fired over to first, and it was in the dirt and bobbled. So Larney is safe on the pass and goes into second base. Yeah, no, to your point, I mean, again, club and travel sports, it's
expensive.
It's not the cheapest, yes.
Oh, no, and you know, in being in business 21 years, I've learned a few things about Excel and analyzing, you know, cost analysis. And so we put it to paper and we got done. We looked at this and we go, all right, for each household to play in one of these weekends, it's going to run about $200, $300 per player. Now, when you look at it that way, it's not too bad. You go out there and you do a camp out on the road, you're spending $250 to $350 for a 3-hour camp, and maybe you get seen, but you're probably getting lost in the shuffle of 60, 80, 90 players out on the field with 5 college coaches out there. And even, you know, a lot of that's organized chaos a lot of the times. Some people run great camps. There are organizations out there that make a living on it.
It's tough to do. That was Lita Vorset you saw, hits that into left field. So now we have runners on first and third.
And you got like a group out there like a Head First Honor Roll Camp, which is a phenomenal camp. And I would recommend to any kid in our organization or any organization, if you're one of these high academic kids and you want to go to an elite institution of learning, you want to go to a Head First Honor Roll Camp. And those are $700, $750, or at least, you know, pre-pandemic. I don't know if they'll have to adjust their model at all. I hope not. It's well worth it, and they get all the highest academic places out there seeing those kids at one stop. So
as Grace Rana up to bat, and again stealing second base here. This time though, a throw to see if the runner from third would take off. It was thrown over to the shortstop as a strike there to Rana. I like Rana's favorite quote: "You're not on the bench because you're awesome," and that was from her Uncle Dean.
Love Uncle Dean. Hey,
Uncle Dean.
Keep encouraging those kids, Uncle Dean. In fact, if you could talk to some of the kids I know in the sport, they could probably use that encouragement.
Well, as that is caught by Long.
I'd be interested to see what he says to the ones that are on the bench. Uncle Dean, if you're listening, just shoot us a text out there. Let us know. We may or may not share that one.
They're awesome, too. Everybody's got a role. See,
That's
I
right.
can answer that.
Okay, all right.
So
it's a strong looking
now
kid
runners
here
on
at the plate.
second and third, and that is popped to shortstop, and that was Riley Nelson. As Nelson pops that up, taken by the shortstop.
Riley the pitcher, Riley Nelson, okay.
And now Cush will come up to bat, the other number 12. Look, I know it's thrown together last minute, but you can't have 2 number 12s.
Oh no, out here you can.
Oh really?
Yeah, we're doing our best to mix you guys up.
Everybody's going to wear all number 1s tomorrow.
Yeah, the girls are listening right now on my team. I want you to all come out with the same number tomorrow.
And
or no numbers at all.
Okay. Oh, well, so then when you just, well, then you better have names across your jerseys. 12-5 the score here in the bottom of the 5th.
No, we got both, so it'll be easy for you.
Yeah, Monsabias is still on the mound, right? Macy's on the mound.
Macy is, yep.
So, and her team down 12-5 as Ashley Cush. And she delivers a strike there for Cush. See, this is what I love about this, the favorite quotes. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. That's old school back there. Look at that.
Yep.
An interesting fact that most people wouldn't know. She said she could play the Wii for days. Well, that's just in front of the catcher and then fired down to first base. So they get out of the inning and so, as now I have a new pitcher for Delsante. Jaden Warren now is going to get to pitch. Warren, again, we talked about it earlier, Campo Verde High School. Well, Zootopia is her favorite movie. Say that much.
Yeah, I know Monsabias is committed, and so we haven't talked a whole lot about her, and we're definitely
to Embry Riddle, like you said, her and Tatum Chestnut, so club teammates and now college teammates.
She's got this 2-page resume here that I'm reading.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes.
Well, did you see the 4.875 GPA?
Yeah, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Unbelievable. So what a great role model. Just all those kids.
Yeah, and her SAT score just a slouching 1200. That's what I was going to say to you too.
Yeah,
not much higher than the 4.2, but she got a 1200. So no, that's 4.875. So yes, no surprise she got into obviously Embry Riddle there. But now Warren again will be pitching. And wow, that's the first pitch, and that's hit out in to left field again? By Kylie Lemon as she rounds first base, but will stay there. And again, a new pitcher comes in the game, and you talked about it in the first game, Brian. I know you obviously as a coach you talk about it, but be aggressive because you know when you come in a game you want to throw a first pitch strike.
Yeah, no doubt. You want to work ahead in the count, and Lemon, she's a seasoned veteran out there, and I think she knows that. Hey, she's going to want to try to get ahead of me right now, and I'm going to jump out on that first pitch, and sure she does.
Well, the lefty Antonia Milanovic takes a strike right there.
This kid just looks so composed up there. Nice and relaxed.
So that evens up the count at 1-1 with the ball right there. Oh, as that goes foul, it's a dead ball. Home plate umpire, very emphatic about that it was a dead ball right there.
You guys are as bad as my partners.
If he's calling dead ball out or just dead ball.
I think he was saying it was a dead ball. It's foul. Yeah, I mean, for Milanovic, she's played volleyball, basketball, tennis, and golf. I'm sure the golf you coaches wanted to stay away from in season because you don't want the swing dipping down too low right there.
I'll tell you what, I've seen some the ones with good form tend to swing a good bat.
Yeah, now that'll bring up Jordan Ayala. 2022 kid with a 4.0 GPA. As takes that first pitch, and everybody's going after Warren's first pitch for the most part, and then it's popped to second, and now there is 2 outs. Kingston made the play there.
If you're a college coach listening, if Ken, shoot me a text. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if there's some things you want to see done a little differently. It makes it a little easier to recognize a player at a certain position out there, or what we can do to make sure that we make it make these girls really stand out. We really highlight these student athletes.
Well, Tatum Chestnut, the lefty, steps in. And ooh, that pitch just outside for a ball.
Yeah, Jaden, man, such a well-rounded player. She does a little bit of everything out there. Now we see her out on the mound. Goes to the off speed.
Yeah, it's Chestnut again.
Pride of Prescott. That's what I'm going to start calling her.
Might have to stick. Oh, she whips that foul down the third baseline.
I think it's important to point out that a lot of support coming in this weekend from Coach Chestnut down there at third base, and the other side of the diamond, Coach Delsante. Thank you guys both very much, and love having your teams out here.
She goes to the opposite field there.
Chestnut.
Get the base hit. There's runners on first and second. I like her favorite softball memory. She said playing in New Jersey. Great start to a sentence for me. And at PGF with Kylie Lemon and Mayo Bada in the summer of 2018 and summer of 2019 Nationals with my team. Hands down, the most fun I've had playing softball.
That's just a thing of beauty. You can relate to the New Jersey part. Lived there for a little bit.
Oh, really? Where?
I lived in Colonia, right outside of Rahway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also in a little town called Garwood.
Wow.
Families from back there. And I think you see that here in Arizona. We got people from all over the country out here.
Well, they pop out there, so that will Warren again doing a good job on the mound. Makes it 12-5 as we will head into the bottom of the sixth. And yeah, Jaden Warren.
Great shot of our coach out there in a huddle with his team. He's just, you know, nothing but smiles on that side.
You gotta love Chestnut's favorite quote, though. We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. Bob Ross. Or when life gets you down, do you want to know what you've got to do? Just keep swimming. Dory.
Yeah, I was going to say that's from Nemo.
Yeah, she went from one end to the other.
Well, you know what? That's a kid that's been parented right. You know, quoting Nemo and Bob Ross.
There you go. Well, her personal favorite memory was diving over the fence and robbing a home run for the first time.
Yeah, you don't ever forget that one.
Anytime you leave the field, I'm leaving the ground. Anytime you leave the field to play, fly into the stands or over the wall, fly into the stands and make a play. Oh, I always love it when, you know, especially, again, I don't root for it, but Brian, as you see foul balls and, you know, going towards stands and stuff, and people are there, and people are trying to catch it, and a player just plows them because he catches it. I was like, yep, you should have got out of the way.
Should have got out of the way because these athletes, they're not slowing down for anyone.
So as Macy Monsiváis stays on the mound, there's that pitch there to
hard-breaking curveball on the outside corner, breaking away.
Yeah, Elise Kingston.
We asked her, what does she love about softball? And by she, I mean Macy Monsiváis. And, you know, love what she says here. You know, what do you love? She says, softball's an outlet for me and allows me to forget about everything negative in the moment and just focus on what is in front of me. I hear similar responses from these student athletes, and it's great to hear.
Again, the arguments, the debates, it's not the end-all, be-all, but it's fun for people, and it's an escape, and, you know, again, it gives people's, obviously, passion and livelihood.
Oh, it was a debate over here, bud.
Oh, yeah. Well, for Elise Kingston, I like her quote, if you can't outplay them, outwork them. She might have coaching in her future.
I think so. I think so. Before I rudely cut you off there, all I meant to say was, you know, debate, should we be out on the ball field? Should we be participating in sports right now? And
Right.
I'll let everybody debate that one, but all I can say is this. When you listen to the student athlete and you hear them say, this is an outlet for me, it lets me forget about everything. That's a profound statement. What you're saying is forget about COVID, forget about all the unrest we have in this country. Go out there and play a ball game with a ball, a stick, and a glove with your friends. And, the smiles are abound and they're all around. I love watching Macy just tear hitters up on that outside corner with that breaking pitch.
Well, Kingston had the strikeout there, and then Tamaro again. She is very aggressive. I mean, she must have heard you, Brian, because she's been aggressive every at bat. But the first pitch down to third, almost beat it out, beat it out the last time. This time gets thrown out at first base, and Monsiváis just cruising through this inning.
Now, I will say I've coached opposite of Macy Monsiváis. And actually, I will change. I will change my approach when I'm talking with our student athletes about facing this young lady, because she's gonna be in the zone, but she's crafty where she's inducing out. So you've got to make sure that if you're going for that pitch, you're recognizing that you're going for a breaking ball in the outside corner, and your approach has to be to drive that ball to the opposite field. Otherwise, she is going to frustrate the heck out of you, as she's doing right now.
And that's what I've always said. I remember having a coach when I was younger, always talking about, yeah, everybody wants the big home run, big hit. There's nothing wrong with taking it the opposite way, because just follow the pitch. Let the pitch tell you where to hit it. You say that all the time to us.
Oh.
And it's so hard to be patient, though, for that. Oh, it's Warren. It was Jaden Warren, and oh, wow, it's a back-spinning
bang
shot.
Play over there.
Very bang play. Warren almost beat it out. That's just because, again, it was back-spinning.
Who was that with the throw across the diamond?
That was a very solid throw.
Yeah, it's Chestnut's dugout, nice and loud over there, and they're down 7, 8 runs right now.
Yeah.
7 runs, and yet they're over there. They're amped to be playing ball right now. They're yelling hoppy, 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 and just a ton of support for the teammate. She had a couple tough plays out there in the outfield today, but like I told you earlier, first thing I noticed from this team, center fielder goes right over to her, and not even a look of disappointment, just a look of support. That's when you know you're on the right team. You're on a good team.
And again, you got school rivalries, which there's always that debate. Do they still mean more now to athletes? I know in some sports, not saying softball, but some will just play club, and there's issues with maybe playing high school. But in softball, as I've seen, it's always been very healthy, and it's just funny to see, like I said, rivals who, again, you can be nice and friendly, but I just have coaches say, you step in the lines, that person across the way from you is not your friend. Well, that's be an enemy, but you don't like them. I'll tell you that much right now. And we had a coach if you could talk before the game maybe a little bit, but it was just, hi, how you doing? You want to be friends. Be it after you beat them after the game.
Again, they definitely want to beat each other, but you can guarantee yourself that if these two teams are staying at the same hotel afterwards,
yeah,
it's gonna take a major effort on the part of the coaches to keep them socially distanced.
Well, I just hope they abide. Stay 6 feet apart. Just help it out a little bit. As Hannah Hoppy, though, fouled that off, and now again Warren, who came in last inning to pitch, and man, just snaps the ball seemingly every time. It's ball outside.
Yep, she's got a lot of good hard spin.
Oh, and Hoppy swings through that as that ball just dropped in the strike zone all of a sudden. Hoppy thought it was going to stay up high, and it did not. Oh, well, I guess that's it then. You know, your face. One batter. Well, 12-5 is the final as Delsante, again, does beat Chestnut. And again, game of momentum, but Delsante got off to a hot start, and they were able to keep it up, giving up a few runs as fans enjoy it. Obviously, the sun's set, the lights are on. But hey, don't go too far. In exactly 30 minutes at 8:15, we have the Little Saints Gold Gill team taking on the Hotshots day team. And we will check that out here. But again, Delsante wins 12-5 over Gold. We'll be back in half an hour with more awesome fast pitch softball here on Floodstream.